Trick or treat, Doctor.
Man, that is not good. Flux is the 13th season of Doctor Who and is a 6-part epic with about the same amount of storylines as episodes. The name of the series comes from this big cloud thing, which is just the end of the universe, I guess? It's a wibbly-wobbly mass of stuff that crumbles everything in its vicinity. That's pretty much all we know about it currently. Everything else is way more interesting than this, despite it being the main thing. It's just another, the entire universe is going to end in the next 24 hours because of this random plot device affair, so I'm hoping it gets more interesting as the series goes on. However, because of the Flux, a new alien has been introduced to the show, the Lupari, northern dog people who each have a designated human to save from the Flux. These guys, or should I say, this guy, as we only actually see Karvanista, are actually pretty fun. While they are meant to protect humans, it doesn't mean they have to like them, and so Karvanista is always mocking Dan's intelligence. The fur does look a bit fake, kinda like that dog from CBBC, remember him? But they sure do make up for it with character. However, it is a bit strange that Karvanista sets a whole series of elaborate murder traps to kill Yaz and Doc just because he thought they might prevent from saving Dan. Speaking of, Dan's great. He's a friendly fellow who puts others before himself. So much so that he actually ends up prioritizing Halloween sweets for the kids over his own food. He's first introduced to us while he's taking a group of people on a guided tour through the museum. Turns out he doesn't work there. Yep, seems that he doesn't actually have a job. Maybe this kindness is a bit over-exaggerated, as he literally chose to volunteer for a food bank rather than even eat. Oh well, nice to see that he's truly selfless. He's very funny though, which is good. Probably going to be one of the best things of the season. The only downside with Dan so far is that his TARDIS introduction is strange. Something just feels off that I can't quite put my finger on. Guess he just feels a bit slow. Ravagers! Not these ones. These creepy crystal people are... Yeah, I don't really know. Most things in this episode are pretty hard to judge, as it seems they're going for the Dirk Gently approach of nothing makes sense until you watch it all. However, what we have so far of them is intriguing at least. This guy has a past with the Doctor, but the Doctor doesn't remember anything about him. Apparently, they removed her memories of him, so maybe it was even before the Timeless Child. Reset. Although, the whole scene does make him sound a lot like the Master. There's 2 of them, and their ability seems to be to dissolve people and consume their crystal juice. It's just weird that this guy didn't just escape and kill everybody until now. Plus, that scene at the start was very cringy. It was meant to be cool, but just flopped. Suntarens, Weeping Angels, 1820. The last 3 plot points are very small and only show up for about a minute each in the episode, so they'll be quick to cover. Right after the title sequence, we see a mine in 1820. Mr. Williamson here is creating tunnels beneath Liverpool, and he's confronted by this guy here. He says that it's pointless, and Williamson says a bunch of things that make him seem annoying, arrogant, and stupid. 201 years later! Yep, that's it. I'm sure we get to see more in the future, but for now, that's all we've got. Midway through the episode, Claire shows up. You know, Claire? No, but she knows us. She's very confused about the timeline, as we all are. And then they leave. No questions. They just do. Okay, then, later, she sees a weeping angel. She already knows what they do and tries to escape them, but gets caught. That's all we've got, but Claire seems like she's going to be really fun, so I'm looking forward to more of that. Finally, the Suntarens. I thought they changed the designs because the old ones looked bad. I guess not. They did slightly improve the design, but they still look a bit odd. I guess they always have. This Suntaren calls another one, insults him, and then is told about the Flux. After that, they go and start a war, because that's what Suntarens do. Cool, this part is going to be more prominent in the next episode. So, that's all the plotlines so far. Overall, seems pretty interesting. Now I'm just going to go over the pros and cons. Pros: interesting mysteries, good new companion, and Lupari. Yes, Karvanista gets his own pro. Cons: uncompelling main threat, weird dialogue, plot holes. For example, when the Doctor asks,
"Why does Dan have such a flashy computer?"
even though she literally knows nothing about him. Really weird special effects, mainly in this one scene. It's so obviously green screened, and the part where they were spinning on the broken bits of metal just made me laugh out loud. Strange camera work. Like, I really don't like the shakiness in some of these shots. So, episode 1. I'm not sure how to feel about it. After watching it, I pretty much found it just okay, but while writing the script I've softened up to it a bit more. I'd still say Diodati is better, but I'm somewhat looking forward to the next episode. There are some pacing issues and the dialogue feels pretty strange, but overall I'd give it a Graham out of Dan. No, I'm not telling you what that means. Goodbye!